It's a great journey when I know that I'm not alone. I'm now, and I know that there's a great journey on the life to come. And that tear was just for somebody else that I hope gets this. And I pray holds on.
I believe that each of us, whether we're aware of it or not, have had a conversation with someone else that served as a foundation for the why in our life. And that conversation helped someone to evolve and progress just a little bit. I believe it's something from that conversation that we all take, and somehow, some way, we apply it to our daily lives.
Depression, and I just wanted the voices to stop. And I don't know if any of you have ever gone through a depression before, but for me, I just wanted to rest. I found myself in the hospital room, having my stomach pumped, and when you take as many pills as I took, then you're gonna have to have your stomach pumped. I knew enough to reach out to somebody and call, and they called the ambulance. They were actually out of town, and they actually kicked the door down to come get me, and I actually saw my life flashing before my eyes. And I guess God had been trying to get a hold of me for quite a bit of time, but I was too busy. You know, I was in the entertainment industry. I was busy doing this and that. And so I guess you could say I just didn't have the time or make the time to listen. And so I ended up in a hospital room. I heard a voice. Well, prior to me hearing a voice, actually, I heard a lady come into the hospital, and she said, "You don't belong here." It was a nurse. And her laughter kind of filled the room like, you know, sometimes you see a movie and it's like this laughter that when she laughed, it just seemed like everybody had to hear this laugh because it just floated you with her laughter. And so I asked somebody when they came into my room, you know, who was that nurse? And they said, "What nurse?" I said, "The nurse that came into my room, you had to hear her laugh. She had a really big laugh." They were like, "No, I've been the only nurse on your shift this whole time." And I'm all like, "But that can't be, because she came in here and she told me I didn't belong here," and so forth and so on. That was the click that I then heard, the type of voice that you know that you know. The voice told me that what I was missing was that everything in my life was spiritual. And as long as I looked at my life in a way that, oh, you're gonna feel better, you know, as soon as you land this part, or you're gonna feel better as soon as your relationship comes back together, or you'll feel better when. The voice was very clear to me and stated, you can't wait for something to happen for you to feel better. That was the biggest conversation I had been missing of my whole life. Not only did I not have to be perfect, but I had to understand the chessboard that I was on in a way. And after that conversation, I understood that I would never be perfect, but that there was someone that was perfect. I understood that I won't always feel like I'm accomplishing what I want to accomplish, or that I'm the best mom or the best wife, but I know someone who is amazing that I could lean on and who's willing to hear me. And so I realized I just didn't have to go through life alone, and that was my aha moments. It was the worst thing that could ever happen to me and the best thing at the same time, so I could wake up. But I would not prescribe that method to anybody. Well, I learned from that moment on, I know that I'm not alone, and I know that God loves me, and I can hold on because, hey, there's something coming. And for me, it was my marriage, my kids, and God had so much more for me. And I'm so grateful that I held on to see that life was just so much greater than it looked at that moment.
It's not December 25th, no, it's not.